Right, press record. I'm content. We're on. This is it. We're on, Martin Scott.
We're back. We're back again. We're back again.
Back again. How many songs are there with Back Again?
I don't know. I remember Body Pump 104. Is it 104? The bicep track,
Yeah. Is it 104? Oh yeah. God. Yeah, I remember that.
and everyone was
Yeah.
just like, "This is very aggressive music."
Yeah, I remember doing that in my aim too, and like thinking I was going to be Billy Big Balls. I just had doing 210s and
Yeah,
just being like, because it was like bar first, and then it's like
plates.
plates.
Yeah.
I remember like halfway through set one, just just getting absolutely mauled.
I
So
remember
basically, I
going.
did the same technique as Glenn.
Yes, yes. That's why they keep.
Oh,
That's why they keep moving the camera off it.
we're going in. We're going
Oh.
deep, unlike Glenn's squats. Oh!
Oh. We can be the audience because I mean we're getting paid quite well to be in that audience. To be honest.
Ah, it has been. Joe, I was like, didn't we? I said let's aim for one a month, and then, well, didn't happen, did it? Sorry about that. But we're here now, and I'm quite happy we've done it at this point. It seems like actually this has been the perfect conversion of time for us to do this.
I agree. I agree. A lot has happened. A lot
Mm.
has happened.
And the phone call that I had with you on Friday just blew my mind. The stuff you told me about absolutely blew my mind. I just could not believe what I was hearing. Could
Look at
not
me covering
believe
my
it.
face. It's
Huh?
covering my face. I just can't. I can't even.
I just couldn't believe it. And I was like, oh my god, yeah, right, we've got to do a little podcast and talk about this. And then originally I was like, oh, maybe Friday night, and then it was maybe Saturday night, and now it's Sunday night. But I'm so glad it was because even more has just come up to talk about.
Even more. Even more. Even more.
I was like, oh my god, here we go.
Look, I'm trying to keep a straight face because it's hard. It's hard at the moment.
Uh,
Oh dear.
yeah, I mean, wait, before we get into like mega nitty gritty and all the horrible stuff, how are you and how are your classes going?
No, they're good. The classes obviously not pre-pandemic, but since we've had like two lockdowns, kind of gone back to sort of normality. I'd say between about 15 and 20 classes a week. The gyms are back open, which is fantastic. Um, but yeah, it's the same old, same old. When I say same old, I apologize for any new instructors out there who don't like me saying that. But all the instructors maybe teaching 2 years or more would understand what I'm trying to say.
Well, do you know what?
Um,
2 years or more, that's pandemic, mate.
yeah, it's true. It's
Uh,
true. It's true. So yeah, it's just obviously group fitness managers coming up to you, trying to enhance your classes, trying to make sure you can get as many people into the building as possible. Um, yeah, without doing it on a rooftop. So it's really difficult to motivate people if you're not on a rooftop
mm.
or wearing matching pajamas. We'll talk about that later. Talk about that later. We'll talk about that
Straight into the pajamas.
later. So yeah, no, that's me. That's me. Mm,
Nice,
mm.
nice,
How
nice,
about
nice.
you?
Hmm.
How about you?
Yeah. Yeah. Going alright. I don't know. I didn't really track it too closely about whether or not class numbers are pre-pandemic. Um, I would hope that they're bigger than pre-pandemic because, as we know from the Les Mills research, that class sizes are now 120% of what they were pre-pandemic. Did you remember reading about that?
I'm not allowed to drink BS anymore. So When you say things like that, when you say things like that, I get an allergic reaction.
Because you know what it is, Martin, is that it's not that there are 120% participation. It's because the model has changed.
The model,
The mo-
everyone, I hope you're listening. The
we're kind of jumping
model,
the gun with the model has changed.
yeah, we've got an order of the day. We've got an order of the day.
Should we jump? Should we jump? Should we start with that? Just to
Yeah, let's get straight to it. We're
get
not
everyone
doing
on
trade.
board with the what was the word? The something has
The,
changed. No, the
the
model.
model has
The model
changed.
has changed. So, for those of you on the UK sort of Les Mills, particularly Facebook sort of sphere, there was a live stream recently with Sarah Downsford and that other guy whose name escapes me.
Carl McCartney.
Is that him?
Yeah, yeah.
Have you just made a name up?
No,
Oh
Carl
right,
McCartney.
okay. Johnny Johnson. Yeah, and there was some feedback. There was some questions given, and there was some answers obviously given. I'm trying to remember now what some of the points were regarding that. See, this is why I've got a Chromebook set up separately, so I can do a little searching while we talk.
Well, while you search, I can go through a few things.
Yeah, do that. Do
So
that.
I watched the whole thing. Unfortunately, Danny actually. That's why I said unfortunately. Danny actually went on the call. I rewatched it on demand. I hope everyone saw what I done there on demand.
It's on demand.
Anyway, yeah, on demand. The main. I'll go through the problems first, and then I'll go through the good things. The main problems is that basically you've decided to have a live Q&A about questions that you might have in relation to instructing, buying releases, about the future of the gym, and you haven't answered any of the questions. One of the questions was, first of all, with your production being bigger than it normally is, are releases going up in price? And then she answered and said they have never gone up in price.
Well, yeah. So this is the thing. A question was asked about. We're mentioning that a few years ago the price of releases went up, and Sarah's answer was actually the price. What? So I'm not actually doing an impression of her. Sorry. Actually, the prices have never gone up. It's just that the model has changed. Yeah, riddle me this, Batman. If I can go back a couple years and I can look at my invoice for when I've paid for, I don't know, let's say Body Pump Release 103. Pretty sure it's around about 25 quid, if I'm not mistaken. Is that right? 25?
Yeah, that's right.
Yep. If I look at my invoice for Body Pump 119, I'm pretty certain it is 35. That's correct, isn't it?
Yeah.
So the model has changed means that it's now a tenner more expensive. And
Yeah.
do you know, this actually really kind of this really rubbed me up the wrong way actually. And I know that it's not. I know that we all know that I'm not easily rubbed up the wrong way. I'm usually quite
No, you're
calm
not.
and
You're not.
collected.
No, mate.
Yeah.
No, never.
But the thing that annoyed me about it is because it was like it just felt like a real gaslighting of the point that was made because it doesn't take a genius to see that it is more expensive, and I think a fairer reply from Sarah would have been like, yeah, it's more expensive, but all of the supplementary training, your quarterlies and if you want to send a video in, that's all free, so it's covered in the price. But that wasn't meant. That's just not mentioned at all. It's just like, nah, it's not more expensive. The model changed. It's like, really, really, like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know, like for me that just seemed a bit disingenuous.
No, I agree. I agree. Because that was, to be fair, we had many points on it. That was the first one. And then
Yeah,
the second one we were talking about was the quality of releases. So when we say quality of releases, for anyone who's um, passed recently, you definitely understand what I'm trying to say. So you go on the IMT and it's a Zoom call, and
Mm.
then they ask you to submit a video. And then once you pass the video assessment, yeah,
Yeah.
they will say to you, congratulations. And then you normally look to the sky and go, where am I meant to go and teach, considering it's just been a pandemic? And also, they're not just going to let me have a class because it's even harder to get a class than it was pre-pandemic. Also, with the quality of releases, you clearly don't have a choreographer there checking the notes. Please don't lie. There's no one there checking the notes
Mm.
because there's quite a lot of spelling mistakes. There's quite a lot of two twos where it was meant to be three ones,
Yeah.
and this commonly happens with apps. If your clientele has to correct the people providing the app, you've got a problem.
Mm.
So that's what I'm trying to say in terms of quality. You seem to not have anyone who's proof checking your notes.
Yeah.
You have no one who's proof checking the quality of your Zoom calls because you would literally look at it and go, this seems to be a problem. I don't know how to. That's the polite way of saying it.
Yeah, definitely, and it just seems like in general the quality control has kind of gone out the window, been thrown out the bin in the last few years. I don't know about you. I don't know if that's how you would sort of say it, but for me that seems like the right way to sum it up. It's just quality control has just kind of gone a little bit in recent years, and it is irritating, especially when we're talking about the price of a release has gone up to cover the sort of extra training, and then really what's the quality of this extra training? A crappy Zoom call, it's not really. That was one of the main arguments I had for why I didn't want to buy any new releases at the moment, because essentially I'm paying a tenner, right, for these quarterlies that are all online, that are all during bloody work hours that I don't have a chance to go to anyway. So what's the bloody point? And then what? Okay, well you can watch the video anytime in your own time. Well, all right, well you you you're not really even quality controlling the fact that I'm watching it. You're just kind of hoping that I do watch it. It's yeah, for me it's always been about, like, if I want to do any further education I want to do it live, and I know that's been difficult the past couple of years. Well, fine, okay, but don't make me pay for it if it's just crap.
Yeah, it's like exactly. So I think we talked about this on one of the previous podcasts.
Yeah.
We actually said it used to be 25. We're not gonna like Danny said, we're not gonna gaslight you. It used to be 25 and now it's 25. So if it's a case that you can't do the live ones, take the £10 away and put it back to 25
Yep.
and go, it's because we can't do the live ones. It's not possible at the moment. So here's the new release at £25. But what it seems like we're paying for is we're paying for the new light system, the new light system that is employed at Les Mills, and better still, because I think Danny would agree with me, we're also paying for master instructors to sit at home.
Yeah, this is something. I had something I was just gonna say, and I completely slipped my mind. Oh, yeah, about live events and stuff. Let's just quickly put a cork in what you've just said, and then we'll go on to it. I just wanted to finish up the point about live stuff. This was something else that Sarah mentioned, is that right now there is now live training, but people aren't doing it. But that's, from what I can see, only IMTs. So it's already, as well. It's like, in the same way of saying the price hasn't gone up, the model has changed. It's that manipulation of a statistic, or a manipulation of reality in order to show a desired outcome. It's like, well, we have got live training, but more people want to do the online. Well, yeah, but I'm already trained up in body part. I'm not going to do another IMT, am I? What would be the point in that? Um, yeah, so that was something else about it. It's like, well, And from what I can see, like, look, I might be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure that the only sort of live stuff coming up training wise are these new, what do they call them now? Road shows.
Antique roadshows.
Yeah. There's all these, there's all the Dave Cross and all the other old presenters going to come out and.
Antique roadshows, yeah.
I'm not saying Dave Cross is antique, by the way. I quite like Dave Cross.
No, we're good. We're good. I
Yeah,
know. First of all, you need to have a sense of humor if you're going to watch this. Yeah. So,
yeah. I would like it if Dave Cross watched this and was like, "Oi."
to be fair, right, to summarize, because I think there might be some people who sit there and go, okay, they're just going to have a moan for like an hour and a half. Okay,
Oh
we're
yeah,
not. We're not. Well, basically, okay. So let me put it forward to you. If you honestly do not think that you're just taking our money, so instructors, you're not just taking our money and spending it wherever you want to spend. Okay, cool. Can somebody at head office go £35 and break down the £35? Like just literally do a diagram and go, your first this £10 goes here, this £5 goes
yeah.
here, this £10 goes here. Because at the moment, you could increase it to £45
Don't say that.
and we wouldn't have a foot to stand on. We just have to pay what you say.
Yep, yep.
And if we don't pay that what you say, you take our license away from you. And I've never seen anything like that ever. Because
Yeah,
once you pay for something, you should have the physical copy.
yeah. Definitely. On that note, actually, a really good rule of thumb: every lessons instructor out there, if you have the means, even if you don't have the means, try and find the means to go on your instructor portal on your computer with a hard drive and download every song, video, and the note that you all the notes, all the choreography. Just download it all so you have it sort of digital, physical, if you know what I mean. Don't rely on it being on the app or on the portal forever. But anyway, right, we've covered that. I want to talk about that. Let's talk about what you're saying about being a lazy presenter.
Yeah, I'm up for that. Go, let's
Is
do
that is that a fair way of saying it? Lazy presenter.
that. Okay, so I'll do the politically correct part, and then Danny's going to tell you the truth. Here we go. Okay, cool. So, so the politically correct part. The reason why Danny said lazy presenter is because, okay, when you pay for an IMT, it normally costs £475. It's increased. It's £475.
Damn.
And what happens is you get a master instructor who's sitting at home, in their own home, watching everyone on a Zoom call, trying to give the best live IMT they can.
Mm.
Okay. So my question is, because I'm giving you the politically correct thing, surely that determines on how good they are on technology. Surely that determines on how good they are motivating people on technology. And then most importantly, we've been in a pandemic for 2 years. Are you telling me that they haven't lost any skills whatsoever? But we'll see on the road show. Because the last time I checked, professional athletes who went to the Olympics actually complained and said they haven't had all the facilities to train because of the pandemic, which is realistic because obviously you can't go into facilities because you have to wear a face mask, you can't touch other people, you can't physically be coached. And I'm trying to say there's an air of arrogance when you're going, these these master instructors don't need anything else. They're absolutely fantastic. No criticism whatsoever. And then when you do criticize them, don't worry, we read the note where it said if you do want to make a complaint, the complaint goes to the person. I've not seen that before. Yeah, so the complaint goes to the person, and then they decide whether it's a complaint or not. Like I've not seen that before. I don't know. I think you should probably have an external body. That's for me.
Yeah, non-partisan, something sort of non-partisan if possible. But yeah, just to summarise, so you did an IMT recently. You felt like there were some areas of your should we say coaching that you received that you weren't impressed with.
Yeah, I mean, I've already told Danny off air that
Sorry, I
I'm
should
more.
check. Is this something you do want to go into or not?
Yeah, yeah, of course, of course, of course,
Cool.
of course. So I actually said to Danny off air, I'm going to tell the absolute truth so people can relate to what I'm saying. Um, I recently done a body balance IMT, and then what happens is on the second day they send through the survey on how the course went. But for some reason, this survey was sent to me at 1 o'clock. The IMT doesn't finish until 5. We had just finished the technique clinic, and by the way, if you don't know anything about me, I have 6 programs: body jam, attack, RPM, body pump, grit. Um, I can't. I'm trying to remember all of them. It's my head.
You can't remember what the
Yeah,
sixth form was.
yeah, I can't remember. I have to look at the app. Anyway,
RPM, sprint,
uh, listen, I'll find out. But basically,
combat.
nah,
Did you list combat?
nah.
Oh,
Um, attack, it's attack, but it don't matter. It don't matter.
whatever.
So basically, I'm going to finish the story. So I basically finished the technique clinic, and I basically said, just due to the size of me and multiple programs, I don't feel like there was many options shown in the technique clinic because on the video, it normally plays to you the pregnancy version
Mm.
and the lower option in the body balance video. So I actually put this. So for everyone who thinks you can actually put real feedback on, please learn from me. I put the feedback on and I actually put twos and threes and I actually mentioned that feedback and I actually put my name and I put my email and I put my phone number and I said, if you want to contact me, you can because I've never been one for hiding. Come and contact me and I'll tell you the same, which was the technique clinic. I wanted some more options. Danny, this is where Danny started laughing. I've received 3 past pendings, 3. Yeah, which means that I have failed the initial module training. I literally looked at somebody else who went on the call and went, I saw that coming. And they went, Martin, why? And I said, because they don't want the honest feedback. Because if you get the honest feedback, suddenly, because there's no regulatory process, the person will be upset that you gave them that feedback. So what I'm trying to say to people who want to learn from my experiences that I've got 6 programs. I didn't do any honest feedback in any of the other ones. This one I did, and suddenly I can't pass the initial module training. See, I hope people are learning from this.
The thing that's so weird about that is like as well, like you've got 6 programs. Did you say you're elite in all of them?
I've done the advanced training in all of them, the
Have you
new advanced, the
you've done
new one,
advanced in all of them? Yeah, yeah,
the one with the juggling balls. Yeah,
yeah.
got it.
Cool. Like the from the 3 programs I've done, it seems like that the teaching model is the same in all of them.
Yes.
So if you've got 6 programs and you're competent in the teaching model, you're competent that you've done advanced in all of 6 programs, and you're elite in what at least one. Like, is it arrogant to say that it's very surprising that you would fail, or sorry, pass pending your initial training? Like, just clarify as well. This isn't the full. This isn't Martin teaching the full class to get his certificate. This is the initial day or the initial weekend, isn't it?
Yeah. So the reason why me and Danny were talking about this and why it's important for here is because we commonly get told um, you're allowed to give feedback. We take feedback on board. We take constructive criticisms, and we're looking to get better. Okay. So my question, without having an ego, I'm just trying to speak logically. Danny just said, I find it hard to believe that he would fail the initial module training, not the video assessment, not the video assessment, the initial module training, especially for how experienced he is. So then when you look back and you do a risk assessment, you look at it and you go, okay, what's happened? Well, we know what happened. I just told you. I filled in the feedback at 1 o'clock. They got it. And then they went, he's failed the initial module training. So I suppose what I'm trying to say is that when you see Danny and he looks a little bit despondent because of the new direction that they're going in, the new direction is basically we don't take feedback. Simple, really. We just don't take feedback.
And die as well. That's the new direction.
What's the die thing? Could you talk to me about it?
Die is diversity, inclusion, and equity, which was also mentioned in the live stream. It's not really. It's also not the first time that die has actually really manifested itself in Les Mills. The first one would probably be that I'm aware of back in 2020 when the Black Lives Matter thing started happening, and it was no longer enough to just not be racist. You have to be anti-racist, which is actually just code for being racist. And that was the first. That was really for me. That was the first crux of when I really started to really step away from Les Mills and be like, I don't think I can align with this anymore. Like on a deeper level, I still teach the classes. It's a nice money earner, but anything deeper, I can't be dealing with that. Um, we could uh, we could do a whole thing on diversity, inclusion, and equity. Um, Not going to. It's kind of it starts to get very deep and starts to go off on tangents about sort of its roots, which is in Marxism, believe it or not. So that's why we should probably just not go too super deep into it. But I'm really not for it. Um, I'm really not keen on it, and I do think it's racist. And actually, Martin, today we have a little bit of proof of that racism about how Dye is racist, and we can go into that because this was something that came up today. Was it today or last night? Today, I think, that I showed you about a brand new position open up in a group. Uh, Here they are. They're called. Let me just check that it's, yeah, EMD UK. So they are funded by our friends at UK Sport, or UK, is it UK Sport? I think it is. And they've got a position for a non-executive board director. And I know I sent you the information about the position earlier, but I thought we'd all look for it as well. So EMD UK looking for a non-executive director to join the board and help steer the organisation as it enters the next phase of its development. Don't really understand what that is. I'm wondering what the development phases are for this EMD UK. But here's where it gets interesting. The director would oversee the development of an ambassadors program for Group X instructors. So it's quite a big responsibility. The program aims to increase engagement with instructors and allow their voices to be heard by the board and senior management. EMD. Yeah, here we go. This is it. This is where Dye comes in. Look, EMD UK board is currently underrepresented in terms of women and people of ethnically diverse communities. We are particularly interested in receiving applications from people in those groups. So, just a quick question to you, Martin. If me and you applied, who would be more likely to get it without looking at our experience?
Danny, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know why you applied. Somebody got it.
What?
I've already got the role.
Oh, have you?
Like, I don't understand why you've applied.
do you
In
just
fact, somebody might come
do you
up to
just
you,
apply
ring
and
you, and
write
go,
I
"Why did
am
you
black?
apply?" Yeah, yeah. Why did you apply? And to be fair, I'm actually going to expand on what Danny just said. So some people will actually go, "Oh, Danny, that was just a random company. Like, I don't understand why you'd even mention that." So I decided to get it up, and I sent the same email to Danny. So Danny's going to look at it and go, "He's talking facts." So we have for Les Mills, if you haven't heard of them, instructor coaches. They used to be called tribe coaches.
Is
Yeah.
this sorry? Is this the first or second email you sent me?
It covers both.
All right, let me just get this up.
So yeah. So basically, yeah, they used to be called tribe coaches, and now they're called instructor coaches. So instructor coaches do not get paid. They do not get paid for the role. They're supposed to give feedback and give motivation towards new instructors and old instructors if you want to. Um, and then basically, what you're going to see in the Antiques Roadshow, if you don't know what we're talking about, it's a funny joke. No, it's actually called the Roadshow. They're going to have it in February at different events, and you basically get to see the new masterclass. When you see all the steps set out and all the bars set out and all the weights set out, do you know who sets them up? The new instructor coaches who do
Mm.
not get paid.
Have you
Okay,
done that yet?
so, no,
I've
because I'm
done
not
it.
going
I've
to.
done it at four. There used to be called tribal gatherings. I've worked essentially at four tribal gatherings.
It's ridiculous.
Mm.
Because I'm actually reading it, by the way, because some people think I'm lying. I've actually got it on my phone, and I'm going to read it to you. Okay, here we go.
Which one are we on? Are we on the tribe coach one or the SOP?
Yeah, yeah, the tribe coach one. It
Yeah.
says help help with Les Mills UK instructor recruitment. Stand and room setup will become part of your day for an instructor coach. This will allow instructor coaches to impart knowledge on training and encourage new instructors to go through training. So, my question is for these people who are in the middle, so you have instructors here, you have instructor coaches here, and then you have master coaches here. For these people in the middle, they seem like they're doing all the hard work without getting paid, setting up, answering all your questions, back to what me and Danny were saying, so the master coaches can be lazy. Would you? I mean, if you'd like to get at me, you know where I live because I've put it on the Les Mills Connect. No, I did.
Um. Just to still talking about the, the thing with the tribe coach thing that was really caught me is like yeah it's unpaid. Um. We were um we were definitely sort of pushed to try and create new instructors. I'm just at the bottom of the SOP document here. For every two new instructors that you make on their first program, um, you're given £100 of Reebok gear, so £100 gift card. So this was in effect when I was a tribe coach, and yeah, it's like how can I put this? It's just a bit. It's a bit disingenuous. It just kind of it kind of puts you as a tribe coach in a position like if you're kind of being pushed a bit by greed to push people to do training. You know, you're sort of being a salesman really for Les Mills for free in order to get 100 quid of Reebok gear.
Yeah,
You know,
and to be
I know it's
fair,
mad. Oh,
the because just in case people may think this has changed. No, I'm actually reading it as well because Danny's reading off a screen. I'm reading it too. It says tribe coaches have a discount training. Initial module training will now be £250. So you know when I told you it was
oh
£475,
yeah. Sorry, I did see that bit as well. The training
it's
stuff.
now it's now 250. So for all the new instructors, if you're wondering why we're making a big deal out of this, it's because it seems like it's backwards. You put in all the hard work to put a video in, to go and get a Les Mills qualification, to say, oh, I'm really proud of myself because I've got a level 3. out of 9 3/4. Look, don't get at me. Don't get at me for that. Right. So yeah, I've got a level 3. But what you don't know, yeah, is there's some people in another room who are just going, we can't give that person more than 4 anyway. So you might just give them a number. And also, we're not going to do any work. Just get an instructor coach to go and train them for free. For free. Yeah. Give them feedback for free while we collect the money as the master instructor. Trust me, I'm not criticizing how hard you've worked to get there. I'm asking you in a nice way, and I'm sure if you've worked for a company, you've heard managers say this to you. Can you please do your jobs? Can you please do your jobs? Like, I'm sure you have a job description. Can you please do your jobs? So when Martin Scott puts on a feedback thing that there should be more options,
Mm.
as a black person, you might want to ring me. Like, you can ring me, yeah, because you said you're full of diversity, right? You can ring me and go, Martin, we don't have that many black people doing body balance alone, let alone anything else. What do you think we're missing out on? But no, no, no. Nobody's contacted me. Nobody's contacted me and said, hey, Martin, we were to talk to you about your feedback. Nothing. Like, I actually talked to you, didn't I? I said, in Body Jam and some of the Body Pump songs, the lyrics are inappropriate. And it's because it comes from hip hop music. So you can't be doing biceps curls, yeah, to Make It Rain by Lil Wayne, where you don't know that he's actually implying rain as in money on strippers. Like, if you don't know that, and I know that, it's because your diversity model is flawed. You
Mm.
should ring somebody in that genre or myself and go, Martin, do you understand the lyrics that they're saying? Yes, I do. Okay, cool. What is it about? You know he's talking about strippers. Oh, okay. We're gonna cut that out.
Mm. You know, in the newest Body Combat, so the 89, the tie track, it has gunshots in it. So it's
Yeah.
like that happens. So they've also given us the exact same song without the gunshots, just in case. This is the one for me that is the absolute most egregious. And this actually also, in a way, kind of comes back to the whole die thing, because it's about not being offensive, um, and that's kind of the inclusion part of the die model, or the diversion inclusion. Um, in the pump track, it's a squat track. It's by Sum 41. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Keep going, keep going. I
I'm
think
gonna
I do
find it.
remember.
I can find it. It it also, this is the problem they have in the abstract for Dance Monkey.
Yeah,
They've cut out the word God.
yeah,
Why? Why would you cut out the word God? Like, it makes no sense. It's part of the song. You're like destroying the artistic integrity of the music for a word that's not even offensive.
yeah.
Like,
And
and then you've got songs like you say about putting money on strippers. I mean, it's just madness. And this is all part of the die model. And it.
yeah,
Do you know as well, Martin? Is that it's completely disingenuous because it's not real inclusivity.
no,
And Les Mills do not um, they don't embody real inclusivity, and we can prove it because if we look at, and I was supposed to get this up ready but I didn't. This is the body the oh god this is the picture of the new Body Combat 91 team, and I'm pretty sure that all five of them were in Combat 89,
yeah.
and were they also assumably all in 90?
They might have
Were they
been.
in 88?
I don't think they're. I don't
Serious
think they're in
question.
eight yet. Yeah, I think that's going to. But
But like, it's not diverse. It's the same people.
yeah. Do you know what? I'm actually for everyone who's listening, right? Because you're probably wondering why we're moaning so much, but I'm also going to offer you a solution.
I love to moan. That's why we're moaning so much.
I'm also going to offer you a solution, right? This is what doesn't work. When you go, we should add some more hip hop music and then just find some hip hop music and just put it in. We should have some more black people. So you just find somebody off the street and then just put them in. Okay. When you go to a respectable company, they have quality control of about four people. Yeah. Four people who actually are involved in that arena. So Les Mills, I hope you're all listening because when I say quality control, okay, I mean if I sat on the panel, yeah, and we watch Anton's technique in combat, and then you say, Martin, what do you think of that? And I say, because he's the only black person you've had for a very long time, it sends the wrong message because his technique is bad. Yeah. So, as an instructor, that doesn't motivate me, okay, to want to become a master instructor or an international instructor because his technique is bad. What am I talking about? His hands are here and he's throwing punches like this. And you are saying, because he's tall, that's acceptable. No, if he was a white male,
Is
you
this?
would pull that up.
Sorry, is
You
this the
would pull
guy?
that up.
Is this the guy with the strong accent?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, I'm just making sure I'm on the same page as to which version you're talking about. Trying to remember technique. Yeah, like it's really unfortunate and it's really sad to say. Yeah, I don't love his technique. That's probably the kindest way of saying it. I don't love his punching technique.
Yeah. So from a and the reason why I'm passionate about it is, and the reason why I just cut Danny off is because it's a common criticism that people say because Danny, you're a white male, you can't talk about this. So that's why I cut him off. That's why I cut him off because I'm talking about it. Okay? It doesn't motivate me, yeah, as a black male to see Marlon come on stage with all his chains on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's just a very stereotypical black male thing to see on TV. You know, like Mr. T. We've gone past that. We don't walk around with chains on. So please, can you please go, listen, we're going to do some quality control. We're going to ask a few ethnic minorities if they feel motivated by this. And they'll say no. The same thing happened with Villy when Villy was doing the lunge track and he started to do the dab move. Do you understand? Do you understand that?
Ugh, dabs.
Do you understand in the Indian community, they're literally sitting there going, we haven't had anyone doing body pump or body combat or anything like that. But when they get there, they're acting like idiots.
Yeah, and I mean this is the if you go back to diversity as well, just as a word and the idea of diversity of expression, it seems like everyone that gets to that stage when they're literally on the stage, rather than having diversity of how they teach, whether they're being serious or not, they just all want to stand there and take the piss.
Yeah,
It's like how much can I just joke? How much can I joke? Because joking is fun. Joking is fun. Therefore, how much can I joke? I have to make a joke and a tomfoolery of it. And you know what? As well, this is something, and this might seem like a bad take, but I'm just going to throw it out there anyway because we're talking about there's a big thing at the moment, and I'm sure that the higher ups at Les Mills are very concerned about being about cultural appropriation. That's a big hot buzz a buzz term that's been thrown out. I'm sure you've heard of it. is there anything more insulting to the people of Korea and Japan and China than to bastardize their moves into an exercise and music workout and then spend the whole time taking the piss? You know,
Yeah,
is there anything worse than that? Like, you know, I say that as someone I've practiced taekwondo, traditional sport, you know, quite high level. I've done it for over 2 decades. I know I teach body combat. I like it as a workout, but like sometimes it's nice to actually have someone take it a bit more seriously. And I know sometimes you do, but it's like, oh well, we take it seriously in the Thai track. Oh, why is Thailand serious? But you're not allowed to be serious when you're doing a different move, like a different style. You're not allowed, to, you know, like it. Yeah, it
yeah.
just it and
It just, you know what? I have to say the correct word. It stinks of you're just doing it to tick a box.
yeah,
That's what it stinks of. And that's why we're pulling it up because it's like, can you not tick a box? I remember I posted something in relation to Marlon teaching, and everyone came out in force and said, "Oh, but we love Marlon. He's so funny. We love it because he's so funny." Okay, I want you to listen
he's
to
not a
every
stand-up
word of
comedian, guy. He's a fitness instructor. Like,
yeah. I want everyone to listen to all the words I've got to say. Okay, when I went to Loughborough and we used to do running events, when we finished, the coach used to say, "Your role models, put a shirt and tie on." Okay,
good
so
coach.
now you know that. Okay, now you know that. Why, as soon as an ethnic minority goes on the top stage, is it now the best thing in the world that they're making you laugh? No, I want to know if you're technically gifted. Like I want to know if you can read choreography. I want to know if you can do the moves absolutely correctly and also teach me how to do them correctly. And by the way, as an ethnic minority, because the stereotype is you just are funny, yeah, and make jokes, and that's why we're raising this thing now. But to be fair, we have a lot, we have a lot, we have a lot to cover. We have a lot to cover, so we're gonna leave that. We're gonna leave that, and
Yeah,
then we're
man,
gonna.
it's that. I mean, it's the die thing all over again. And just to be clear as well, from the perspective of Les Mills, they call it DEI because why the fuck would you want an acronym that's die? It should tell you all you need to know. It's yeah. We want to be
Oh dear.
diverse as long as you're all willing to toe the exact line and say the exact thing that we want you to say.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
So
it's just. Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say is this
okay.
this diversity is surface level, not underneath. It's all the same. It's all heavily controlled. You know, it's under the lesbian. It's under Diane's blanket, which she covers you all in and tucks you in with her weird, creepy smile, dipping her chips in Marlon salsa and all that. Which I just got to go on record to say, some of Diana's comments, whether they are meant or not, they come across as just what's the word? The only word I can think of is grotesque. Absolutely grotesque. I almost vomited blood when she said, "Dip my chips in Marlon's spicy salsa." Like, you know, like talking about things that are and are not appropriate for a fitness like video in class. Uh, but that was one of the first um, on-demand videos, really, wasn't it? That we got.
Yeah, and to be fair, like I wanted to talk to Danny on here because we haven't done it for such a long time, right? And actually go on and we can go really into detail and everything like that. But I hope they're listening because I'm actually going to give you a solution as well. Because I did say all the way through, we're going to give you solutions as well as moan. We're going to give you solutions. Okay, cool.
You will. I
So
just like
remember,
moaning.
and So remember, we said number one, unpaid roles. Yeah. Can I
Oh,
ask you
sorry.
a
That
question?
yeah. Just before we were talking about unpaid roles. That role that I mentioned, this director thing, that is an unpaid role. That is an unpaid
So
role, and just to clear up, this is an unpaid role where you want to oversee the development of an ambassador's program for group exercise instructors. This includes board meetings, and they want to give it to a minority or a woman. So again, potential bad take, but I'm just going to throw it out there anyway, Martin. We could make the argument that EMD UK don't feel like women and minorities are worth paying.
yeah, that's how bad it is, and that's why I was actually going to say that. Look, we are focusing on les meals because that's the conversation we're having, but I'm actually going to offer you a solution. Can I ask you a question? Hey, question. For all of your instructor coaches who don't get paid, yeah, can I ask you a question? Why don't you give, yeah, everyone in that specific area a vote? You've got one vote, yeah? Vote for your instructor coach. Because at the moment, what I see is a lot of fixing of the situation. Like, if your face fits, you can come here. Okay, cool. If everyone had a vote, so if Danny had a vote, actually, I'll use myself example because I'm not going to disclose where Danny lives. If I had a vote for East Midlands, yeah, I live in Derby, right? And I'll go, okay, you've got 3 votes. You can vote for your instructor coach. Just write the name in. When they come in, they go, this person won. Yeah. So they are now going to be the instructor coach. By the way, it doesn't mean anything to you because they don't get paid. But I'm pretty sure you're going to get the person who actually motivates people, who actually is an influence in that particular area, not the person who decides, guess what? I love the new Body Combat 91 pajamas. I love it. I love it. Like you need to see it. It's lovely. It's all grey
Oh yeah,
and and
we
it,
were gonna talk
and,
about
and,
it, weren't we?
and it looks fantastic. Yeah, look, we don't want people who are the same. You literally have a video at the start of every single masterclass that says embrace being different. You are not doing that.
Why are
You
they
are not
dressed in
doing
bright
that.
colours this time? It's like
But would you
why
want yellow?
why does Rachel look like she's about to go and play in place of bloody Djokovic or something? You know?
What, at Wimbledon?
No, in the Australian Open, like Djokovic is kicked out, so she's just gonna fill in for him.
I know, like it's shocking. It's shocking. But you know what that is, don't you? Danny, you know what that is. And Danny's gonna agree with me when I say it.
Just bad person in wardrobe, mate. That's what that is.
I actually said to Danny before coming online, and I'm about to get changed in a minute, it's because what they used to do is they used to make t-shirts like this, and it has like a lot of design on. You see, it says a rep effect on.
Someone spent
Yeah.
time on it, yeah.
Yeah, somebody spent time on it. A creative team has spent time on it. And they literally will cost them more money because they have to build the red lines, yeah, and they have to build the white, and then they have to build the body pump at the top. But instead, what they've decided to do is save some money, save some money, and make more t-shirts. Like, wait for it, we'll get there. As you can see,
Anything on the back?
it has all the Les Mills logos on.
Does it?
No, no, it
What's in
doesn't.
the bottom corner there? Oh, is that?
So that's why we're laughing because we're like, don't think we don't see it coming. You're trying to save money on materials
No, but
by making
Martin,
products that are just have no quality whatsoever.
the design doesn't
Like
have less
zero.
quality. They just changed the model.
They're just, you need to name it Les Mills criticism. We've just changed the model. We've just
I think change the model could probably go into the title. Or I was just thinking just now of naming it something like problems and solutions.
Yeah, we're to be fair, we're all about it because I was actually talking to while Danny does that, we're actually talking off air, and I said to Danny, I don't really hide away, so they're going to see me in London, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe Bristol as well, and maybe Macclesfield.
What was
So
the date on Bristol again? Was that the 17th, 19th?
yeah, basically,
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to that.
I know you're thinking of having Valentine's Day, but you can cancel that.
Nah,
You
mate.
can cancel that.
I'm gonna go to a Pokemon card tournament event. Sorry, I'm gonna choose the Pokemon event over the Les Mills event. Um,
You're going to go to the Pokemon event.
yeah, buddy.
Well, at least you get to keep the cards.
Oh yeah, and it's an Exeter as well, so I don't have to travel very far.
It's shocking. And
Oh,
what
do you
did
know
we
what? There's
say?
actually sorry to cut you off. There's actually a new T-shirt that's not that bad looking. Um,
Why
a- Actually, it's very 80s. I'm gonna send it over to you.
send it to me?
It's got a bit of an 80s
And
vibe.
if it looks like pajamas,
No, no, do you know, I'm genuinely serious. I like it.
is it
Apart
nice?
from why it's named these four places on the back. Obviously, I'm missing something. Oh, I get it. This is for Is this where they're filming the new master classes this year? Are you seeing it?
Yeah, I can see it.
So on the back it says Stockholm,
Yeah,
Tokyo,
it's
London,
for the different
Shanghai.
places. Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that? Are they filming? Are they filming
No,
these?
they have done. They've done one in Shanghai already.
Is that in China? Is that China or Hong Kong? Shanghai.
Um,
It's in China.
I'm not going to say anything about our globe in front of me. Mm,
Bloody hell, I feel like a right peasant. I'm gonna look it up. That's another thing. Talking about municipality of China. Yeah, see, this is the other thing. Talking about diversity, inclusion. You know, being nice to each other, and then you go and have an event in a country that has literal slaves in concentration camps. Like, come on.
yeah,
Like,
it's
come
like
on.
it's almost like they're just doing it to tick a box, but they didn't do enough research into finding out what the problem is. So, you know, when you said the Diana thing,
Yeah.
I was actually talking to somebody about body jam because most people don't do body jam, right? So Gandalf, who's I apologize, between 40 and 45.
Oh yeah. I remember you telling
Yeah,
me about this.
look, looked at Bianca, who's between, I'm not going to disclose her age, between 18 and 22. And he said, put it in your nipples. And all the comments all said, oh, it's just Gandalf being funny and everything like that. I went, I'm sorry, I don't find that funny. Like, I don't find that funny. And that might be because I'm not Gandalf's super fan. Okay, fine. Doesn't matter about that. Like, it doesn't matter if I'm not his super fan. I'm saying it's inappropriate to say to an 18 to 22-year-old as a 40 to 45-year-old, put it in your nipples, and then they start laughing. They didn't laugh because it was funny. They laughed because you're in charge.
Yeah, position of power.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
that's what I'm seeing now with going back to what we started with. Sarah and Carl walked on and said, "We're going to answer all your questions," and then you answered none of them. And then you went, "Oh, I know we have a lot of questions about instructor licenses. Uh, we'll get back to it." You said that a year ago. Like you actually said that a year ago. Like I'm not. This is no
Yeah,
joke. You said
yeah,
this a
yeah.
year
Every
ago.
live stream, be like, yeah, we'll get back to that. When?
Yeah, and they're like, "Give us time to collate the information." You've had 2 years. You know, we've been in a pandemic for 2 years. Like you've
So
had
the
2 years.
information now is moved on.
Yeah. It just, you know what? It stinks of. Listen, if you're in the circle, yeah,
Yeah.
don't say anything because we're paying you. Yeah. If you're outside the circle, oh, we're just gonna make them look like they're crazy. Danny, you look crazy. Danny, why do you keep saying the videos look like on-demand videos? You're crazy. They're still instructor videos. Oh, it's because Ben looked directly at the camera. He looked directly at the camera and when we're here to dominate the bar, stepped back over the bar and then picked it up. He's doing the squat track. Like, what do you want me to do with that? What do you? Yeah, and then guess what? Somebody would normally write underneath that and go, "Listen, it's just there to motivate. Yeah, just take what you want from it. No, I'm doing quality assurances on you. Okay, and that I pay you £35 for you to not step over a bar when you're doing weight training because I guarantee when weightlifters do weightlifting, you know, when they put it down to the floor and they drop it to the floor, they don't step over the bar and go, yeah, you see all the coaches and all the medical team go, walk this way. Yeah. So why are you any different? I don't understand. Like, I understand why you think you're different
It's because
because
they're not
nobody
real. It's because they're not real weights, mate.
Danny, do you see me sighing?
Pump isn't even CrossFit.
Yeah.
I've just annoyed like at least two communities with that comment. Pump is a real workout. What do you mean CrossFit? CrossFit's great.
You know what? I'm actually I'm actually going to double down on what Danny said. I'm going to double down because I want to double down. I
Cool.
would like to
I've also
double
got
down.
another group of people just annoyed just for the fun of it. But yeah, carry on. Go on.
New people don't understand who have just learned. I'll use the example body pump. They go, I don't understand why there's a group of people who've got a bee in their bonnet and they're literally like, why are you criticizing this person? Why are you criticizing this person? You know, Danny, why are you criticizing Diana? Martin, why are you criticizing Gandalf? You know, why are we? Okay. So let me try and do it in the smallest section possible to help you understand. It's because they walk around going, you need to squat deeper. You need to squat deeper. They have fives on each side, squatting not even to quarter length.
But
And then they
the official word on pump is to go above the knee, isn't it?
Yeah. And
Which
then
is
they put the
not
and then
great.
they put and then they put the bar down and start giving you floor coaching. My criticism of you is can you have some quality assurance people who watch you and go, just for the record, you're not doing that correctly. Yeah, you need to go lower and maybe go slightly heavier for people to um empathize with what you're doing. Yeah. But instead, what's happening is it's almost like, listen, we do what we want and we do it whenever we want. So somebody criticized Diana for doing a tuck jump in the tricep and bicep track. And they and then
Oh, I
some
forgot about that.
and then the nodding heads in head office keep saying it's a bit of fun. It's not a bit of fun. I tell you why it's not a bit of fun. Because I'm doing triceps and biceps. And trust me, if I was to do a tuck jump, you would go, that's inappropriate. That's inappropriate. And I would tell you that I'm just doing the same as the video. So, Danny, you know what I'm gonna do? For the Les Mills qualification, yeah, I'm gonna do the tricep biceps, right? Yeah,
Do a jump.
touch jump, like
Oh
full
yeah,
touch jump. Yeah, full touch jump.
touch
Yep.
jump.
And if they,
Just to make sure everyone understands that you're building power.
yeah, and then when somebody asks me like, "What are you doing?" I'll be like, "I'm just doing what the video said.
Yeah, I'm just taking on
I'm
board
doing
the
exactly what the
masterclass.
video said."
Yeah,
Yeah, and
but do
do.
you know what, like what what you were saying about these sort of like half reps, half rep squats with low weight. Um, it, this is the thing, and I know that Les Mills was kind of moved away from because there was for a while a bit of a culture. This is before I was ever doing pump. There was a culture of guys go in heavy in pump, and yeah, really loading up. 40 plus, 50, 50, 60k on their bar. And I know that Les Mills have tried to move away from that. They're like, oh no, we'll go lighter for safety. And it's like, well, actually, if your squat track wasn't so freaking fast, you could go heavier. And if they weren't so long, you could go heavier. Why have I got to do 1, 2, 3 up, 1, 2, 3 up, 1, 2, 3 up for 6 minutes when you could cut it to like 3.5, 4 minutes? Let me go heavier, slow the movement down, let me go deeper because I've got time, and then I'm actually getting a real leg workout rather than
And
doing rather than cardio with a bit of resistance.
and yeah, and to be fair, that goes back to what everyone has been talking about. You know why you're doing that? It's because whoever's picking your music is doing a bad job.
Yeah, look, you can't do squats to drum and bass. All right, just stop.
What, you can't do it to Chase the Status? I
No,
don't know. I don't know,
just
mate.
stop. Just
No,
stop using drum
what
and bass for squats.
you
Stop.
can't you can't do squats to Chase and Status, Wilkinson, yeah, Pendulum. You can't listen. I can name them all if you want. Like you can't do it to these tracks.
Well, you can
That's
try, but
why.
it's just not. It's just not
No.
happening.
So if you had to write down a model and go, okay, Martin, you've criticized me enough. What would you say the solution? Okay, cool. Whenever you pick a squat track, pick a rock track because you know it's slow on the bass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, rock beats like timing house as well. You're sort of running at 60 to 63, 64 beats, I think, like house music, and you can run. That's like an okay sort of beat to work with. Trance music runs at the same pace as house music. It's all there. Rock music, as you say, a lot of it, it's all similar sort of pace. That 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can kind of move at that pace,
yeah,
or even slower. I mean, one of the best squat tracks, although it is quite long, that we've had was from 109.
yes,
Hard,
yeah.
because it's quite slow. That's what the hell are they called?
Is that Natural by Imagine Dragons?
Yes, that's it. Imagine Dragons. Yeah, Natural by Imagine Dragons. That's the
Yeah,
one. Hard track
yeah.
because it's got a lot of
So when
slow
you,
moving and a lot
yeah,
of um what are they called, like slow singles where you go stop, up, stop, up. So you're doing real leg training.
yeah. But instead, because I'm gonna make Danny laugh because he needs a laugh because he's gonna look at me and go, I can't believe you said that. But instead, what we've got is we need to hear "With or Without You" by Tool Coast. Not you two. I didn't say you two. For anyone looking at me, I didn't say you two. I said Tool Coast. Okay, by Tool Coast in as many programs as I can fit it in. And then I'm gonna
What's
write a
the
note.
artist called?
Tool Coast
I'm sorry, I'm just
or
gonna try
Tail
and
Coast.
YouTube
No,
this.
there's no point. Like it's PPL free. You're not gonna get it. You're not gonna get it. Yeah,
Well, I want to YouTube the artist. What they called? Spell it out.
like it's Tool Coast or Tail Coast. You're not gonna get it because they just made up the name.
Tail Coast.
You know, you're not gonna get it.
Spyro. No.
No,
Coast Walk. What's the song called?
with or without you, by you two, by you two. While Danny is typing, the reason why
No, I'm
we're
just gonna get
criticizing
U2.
the reason why we keep criticizing your music choice is because you're picking the wrong type of song for the wrong movement. Like, I actually pointed it out to Danny. I said, you know, the squat track for 119 is actually by Imagine by Shola Amma. And he was looking at me like, I don't understand what you're talking about. And I went, Shola Amma used to make songs in the garage era, like around about 2000. Yeah, she used to make garage songs. And I'm pretty sure she's got kids. Pay her money and go and get the original song. Instead, what you've got is a sped up version by Perpetual. Like,
So
I don't know what that is.
what track are you talking about again, mate? Sorry.
The warm up.
The warm up track. Oh, the warm up track for 119, Punctual.
Yeah, yeah. Is that who sang it? Not
Imagine by
Shola.
Punctual.
Not Shola. Perpetual.
This just says Punctual. This isn't the PPL 3 I'm looking at. I'm looking at the original.
So this is not PPL free. This is the original version that they couldn't be bothered to pay Shola Amma for. And by the way, just for the record, if you think I'm criticizing you too much, don't worry. I'll do Attack as well. When you picked Attack and you picked Keep On Moving by Five, like I know that song, it's by Five. You don't think Five need the money?
Oh,
No.
Shola Amma Garage remix.
There you go.
I've listened to it before.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Well,
They're
yeah.
just pick, they're just picking the wrong type of music for the wrong moves. Like you said, that natural song is fantastic. It's because you've got to use a rock song that has a slow bass line.
Hmm.
It may have fast guitars, but it has a slow bass line.
Which is the important
That's
bit.
why
You know. Yeah.
that's why one of the best chess tracks ever in body pump history is Believer by Imagine Dragons. Because it's slow. So you really have to bring the bar down and then really push it
Yeah, but
up.
that's the one that's got that stupid pullover thing.
Oh yeah. They messed it up with that. Don't worry, they messed it up with that.
You know, like how could you butcher the a chest pullover move? You know, like that's like an Arnold Schwarzenegger special. That one, they butchered it.
Do you reckon? So, in summary, Danny, do you reckon they're actually going to listen to this criticism? I don't think they are. I
No,
don't. No,
mate, I'm
no.
too white. You know?
They're going to be like, first of all, this actually sounds like an intelligent conversation because, you know, two different backgrounds. Nah.
Nah, mate,
No,
patriarchy, mate.
no, no. Let's get rid of this. You know what? What song can we have in the next release? Can we just get some kind of like? Can we get Psy? You know that Psy song?
Gangnam Style, yeah.
Yeah. Can we get that as the new warm up for Combat '92? You would not be surprised. You'd be
Why
like
not?
this.
Why not?
What? And you would do it as well. You'd be like,
Start going at it. Start Gangnam in it.
oh, dude,
Dear oh dear.
it's bad. But in summary, I did say I don't know if Danny. I don't know if I can persuade him. I'm going to the roadshow. Look at that face. That's a face of a.
I would have been tempted to go if there wasn't something else going on that I would go to.
And I don't blame you because the math. What we're going to the roadshow for, yeah. You're going to the roadshow to watch a masterclass.
I just want to go and meet all my fans. You know, all the people that give me shit online.
No, what and all the spies who pretend that
Oh
they're.
yeah, who is the spy? Come on.
Do you not know who the spy is?
No, can you give us a name? Can you
What?
send
Do you
me
want me
the
to tell
name?
you? Do you want me to tell you? Actually, no, I can tell you because I don't have to say the second name. It's Lewis, isn't it?
I don't know who that is.
What? You don't know who Lewis? Lewis.
Ah,
Lewis do. I'm not going over more than that.
oh mate, just message it to me now.
I'll message it to you.
I want to know. I
But
want to know the.
But yeah, the summary of the whole thing. Actually, Danny, how long have we been? How long have we talking for?
I don't have a clue, but it's probably a good time to like head towards wrapping it up.
Yeah. So
Might
yeah. So my wrapping up is, can you please like not criticize people for giving you feedback and actually listen to it? Because at the moment it seems like people are giving you honest feedback, yeah, and it normally gets like 100 likes on your Facebook page, and then somebody decides, hey, you know what? Do you know what would be good to post with that? The Les Mills looking back. No, 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 no. I don't need that email. I don't need it anymore. Yeah. Actually answer my question. You know, I'm sure there's somebody on the end of a computer, yeah, who's happy to really, really actually answer my questions, like an admin. Yeah.
I
No,
don't
no.
think there is.
I'm
I don't
asking
think
too
anyone
much.
wants to, mate. That's the thing.
I'm asking too much. I'm asking too much.
It's
I
like
feel
you
like
said. I think they're hemorrhaging. I think it's go woke go broke right now.
so they're literally just sticking to their guns, going,
I think it's just dig the trenches deeper.
yeah.
I don't know.
So basically, if they ever invite me on stage, they're going to say, "Hey, Martin, look, do you have a massive Cuban link? Like, I need to know if you have like a massive chain. Like, do you have one that like way down the floor? So you know, when you teach on stage, you can do some body jam moves while body pump's going on. Why do I need to do body jam moves? Oh, because it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, but
You know what I mean?
you gotta walk out. You gotta walk out to teach pump in a pair of Air Max, don't you?
Yeah. And then everyone else is wearing smart, respectable clothes, and the only ethnic minority you have comes out with a big Cuban chain, yeah, massive Cuban chain, Air Maxes, and then goes, instead of doing the intro, goes like this. Yo! So Daddy can look at me and go, really? Really? That's how you're gonna start. You're not gonna
Yeah,
say the intro. You're not gonna introduce anyone. Just the only ethnic minority person you have just comes out and says yo,
yeah.
and then get started. Honestly, I know we said we're going to wrap it up. I wish they'd actually listen to the feedback. I hope, because it's so bad.
That's it, mate. They're just they're more interested in being upset over Borat.
Hey, to the person who removed that video, listen to me. You should never do a good job for free. Never, because people take advantage.
You're on about the what taking down the picture.
Yeah, you should never do a good job for free.
Yeah, mate. Never, if you can, just never bend the knee. And for anyone wondering, I've just got up the picture of Borat in the mankini. So for context, a picture was it even a picture of Borat in the mankini? I swear it was just a picture of Borat
No,
in a
it was that.
suit.
It was that. It was that. It was that. It was that exactly.
It was him in the mankini.
Yeah.
Um, in the official UK Les Mills group, one of the instructor coaches does a weekly. I don't know what you call them. It's kind of a long form thing where it just gives pointers and stuff and nudes picture of Borat
For free. For free.
for
I feel
free, of
like I need to
course.
implement. Yeah.
Put a picture of Borat. Um, it gets taken down or the picture gets removed because apparently now Borat is offensive. Uh, I haven't looked at why or how or who. I mean, it's a caricature of, and the first thing that comes up, the Guardian. But yeah, it's apparently Borat is offensive, so you're not
Yeah.
allowed to use Borat anymore.
Because Danny said to me offline, Martin, if we're going to talk about Les Mills, you see your Darth Vader thing that's offensive. Can you take that down? Could you take that down? I'll be like, Danny, I don't care. I don't care. Like it's there.
So this is the thing. Like this, you got this article here. Peter Tatchell, human rights campaigner, talking about Borat. It was very funny, but I was always laughing rather nervously. The jokes were sailing very close to being offensive. The whole thing was a parody, so I suppose he gets away with it. But there's part of me that thinks he's just an updated version of Bernard Manning. I don't know. All his jokes are at the expense of a minority group, and he plays a lot of basic prejudices. Yeah, but you see, this is the thing you need to remember about comedy, right? Is that if you if it was funny and you were laughing, then that's it. If it's a little bit offensive, it's a bit below belt. I mean, that's unfortunate, but the fact is, you still laughed. It's a joke. It's not meant to be, and the person rightly points out, it was a parody, so you don't need to get upset about it.
Yeah.
You know?
It was, it was, we talked about it off air, to be fair. I think it's just one of those situations where we are trying to get new people onto coming onto IMTs. And I swear, Danny, I have to just mention this before we end. If I see another video of 23 people on Zoom just passing an IMT, waving.
Are you jealous though? Is that Martin? Are you jealous because you couldn't pass your balance?
They're still on past spending, mate. Like, by the way, if anyone wants an update for the next video, I'll tell you what I've done. So basically, what I've done, I've appealed, yeah, the second to last video, yeah, and I appealed it. I appealed it on the grounds of what? Yeah, what? Yeah. So if you want an update on my past pending, I'm pretty sure they're going to send me back on the IMT because I'm guessing the person doesn't like me anymore. So yeah,
It's extremely unprofessional, isn't it? It's extremely unprofessional when you're in a position like that. You've paid an awful lot of money. You're doing a training course. Whether or not you've given someone feedback that they don't like, that's an emotional reaction, and you, as a professional, should not be afflicted by that emotional reaction. You should be looking at the situation, well, again, as a professional, non-partisan, and just taking your content, your track as it is, without the context of whether or not they like you as a person.
yeah, and that's one of the main reasons why I'm also going to the roadshow because I'm actually not going to cause any drama. I'm just going to give you honest feedback about what the new body pump looks like. And if the music's good, I'll tell you it's good. If the music is bad and inappropriate, I'll tell you it's bad and inappropriate. And I feel like that's the best way to live your life. It's the best way to live your life. Like you give honest feedback because you ask for it. Because why would you say anything between 1 and 5 if you just want 5? Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Normally,
Why offer you the opportunity to give feedback if you're not going to take it? Like,
yeah. If you have Sky and you give Sky all at once, to see what happens. I don't know if people know this. So one of the advisors rings you and goes, "Is everything okay? Why did you give us ones?" And then you explain, and then they fix it. They fix it. Yeah. So you can't say we want to give feedback. They give you honest feedback because me and Danny have been doing this podcast for a long time, and we basically said, and we said it out loud, didn't we? We said, all those master instructors who have been pushed out. Listen, listen, listen. You're with me. You're with me now. Pushed out. Yeah. For all of you who have been pushed out or voluntarily told to leave, you're more than happy to come and take my spot and Danny talk to you about what your experience was.
yeah,
Because
I would love for that. I would love to have some former what do they call them? Some former tap people to come on and chat. Um,
nah, it's called a gag order,
I'd
mate. Do you
also
know what that is?
I'd
Do you know what
also
that is?
well,
Do you know what a gag order is?
yeah. I
Do
don't
you know-
believe in them. They can fuck off. I also don't. I also yeah. I would like to talk about. I would really like to talk about why tap members were pushed out for Well, we don't really know why they were pushed out. Maybe it was like a monetary thing. Maybe Les Mills UK literally just couldn't afford to keep paying them over the pandemic. I don't know. But also why no one was pushed out after the drop of Pandora's Box. Why did that go unchecked? And also why this is more for Les Mills US really. Why there was a young lady, I can't remember her name, but she came out basically saying that members of the US team were trying to ask for sexual favors just to become part of the Les Mills US team. That all came out, blew up. Nothing, to my knowledge, actually happened. Is there more? Is what is the culture like behind the veil at Les Mills?
Do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of, and I hope this makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, please let me know. It reminds me of when you saw 10 Downing Street, and then everyone was saying, but how did the police let these people into this party? And then we suddenly found out that the police were at the party. Yeah? And then they went, we're going to do an investigation on ourselves. That's what I feel like is happening here. Les Mills have done some things that are below the belt. Okay? Every company has it, but they literally have quality assurance people who go, we need to investigate that. Yeah? But what I feel like is happening is, like Danny just said, you had Pandora's box, but nobody left. Do you know why nobody left? Because you're in charge of the investigation. So you're not going to fire yourself. You're not going to go, I've done a bad job here. I need to go. Like, I need to go. Like, because you're the one making the decision. And that's what I'm trying to say in relation to most of the. Yeah, I have to be specific because we only can talk about the UK because we live here. Yeah. When somebody speaks out against what's happening, suddenly that person loses all their licenses. Suddenly, that person stops coaching. Suddenly, their gym fails. Suddenly, they can't be qualified in any programs. Listen, do you know what that strikes of? That strikes of you don't take criticism at all. At all. Like, at all. So
Yeah.
I watched a post from an instructor coach who said, I really apologize for the offense made, but nobody said anything.
Oh, it's a sorry. Yeah. You talk. That's so. Yeah, you're just circling back to the Borat thing, aren't you?
Yeah, yeah.
I apologize.
Nobody was offended.
No. Yeah. The only people that claimed that there would have been offence is the people at Les Mills head office. And you know, it comes to something when you're more concerned about a picture of Borat than you are about sexual assault allegations and rampant bullying from within the tap team, i.e., Pandora's box towards regular instructors. You know, you're more concerned about, oh well, let's all be diverse and inclusive. You know, playing these false bloody platitudes and well, you're right, there's no other word for it. It's just chatting bullshit, pushing bullshit, and you can't get the basic stuff right of just treating people with basic respect and
And you
taking
know
no
what?
criticism.
And you know what? That is the summary of the whole thing. By the way, me and Danny gonna say this right now at the end. Danny, you know the criticism is that we're meant to do this monthly. You know.
Yes. And you know what? I take full responsibility for that.
Oh dear.
Mate,
So
I
yeah, we're
suck at
trying to do
it.
it regularly.
I do. I suck at it. I'm sorry.
Should we do one in March? Because that's when the road show's finished.
Oh yeah. Let me know. Yeah, we'll have to link up, and you'll let me know what the roadshow was like.
No, I'm wearing a bulletproof vest. I might have to go in a tank.
You're gonna take a couple of guys in suits.
Well, people might come after me. They're like, we know who you are. Like, we might actually come after you.
Oh mate, yeah.
And all I'll say to them is, all I said was the music is bad. They were like, no, you can't say that. You can't. Listen. Next time you say that, mate, yeah, we'll have you. We'll be having you. Like, so don't be doing that.
I've just got one thing about the music, right? Being right. First of all, actually, the pendulum chess track in 119 very good. So let's just yes,
Agreed.
very
Agreed.
good. The backtrack, I like it as well. 1000 Faces, good track. I like that. Good. Using the song that I'm pretty sure is from the Spider-Man film in the arm track. Why? Why are you doing that? I'm doing bicep curls, and this guy's rapping about jumping off a building, saving kids. Like, what are you doing, mate? This is not. Oh, do you know what? It's actually so bad. I've actually now deleted it from my phone because I was like, I am not hearing that song ever again, at least for another year, because I will throw myself out of a window. It is horror. It's so bad. It is such a bad song, and yeah, I was like listening to it, and I'm like, what is this? What is this? Some
Yeah.
kind of song about Batman? What the hell? And do you know what? That's not the. I'm pretty sure it's not the first time they've done that, because the chess track in United, I'm pretty sure is from Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Why? Why are you doing that? Why have
It's
you
it,
done this? Is there
it's
not enough
almost
music out there? You got to use songs from films. Like, what is this? Are we gonna have something out of Frozen next?
no. We're good. You know the Batman film, Robert Pattinson
Oh
in.
yeah.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
gonna have something from that
oh bugger,
in.
yeah.
You know what? You know what? Quote me. Quote me. We're gonna. It's going to be yeah the bicep track
Okay.
yeah
This is very
is going to
specific.
be from the Batman Robert Pattinson. I don't know what release it is, but it's going to be from that.
Right. I will hold you to that. We'll see.
And
If
I
you're
haven't even
right,
seen the film. I
if
haven't even
you're
seen the
right, I
film.
will die.
No, if I'm right, you need to bring your Pokemon cards to an antique roadshow. What you need to do.
Yeah. We'll maybe. We'll see.
You're not even considering it. You're like, nah, I'm good, thanks,
Like, I
mine.
literally got like piles here of just.
That's to be fair, that's what people's DVDs look like of the Les Mills programs at the moment because they're
Yeah.
not using it.
Oh, this lot still got this. Still in the packaging.
How that? Listen, you better tell me where you live so I can take that from you.
It's cool. It's These are really cool. These V unions. It's 4 separate cards make one card.
People, if you want to know what to invest in, stop spending £35 on a release. Yeah, save, pay for it in a month's time. Pay 25. Yeah, and then spend the £10 on Pokemon Geeks. Why did your house look like this?
Oh, mate, guys, shall I show you this? We'll finish on this. This is a great one to finish
Yeah,
on.
go for it. Go for it.
Let me introduce you to my 7 foot. Hold on. My 7 foot beanbag.
Listen, I'm so glad you finished that sentence very quick.
Mate, how are you?
Where did you get that from?
Oh, I got it on Amazon.
How much was it?
It was. By the time I'd filled it, it came without any filler.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't have all the yeah.
Yeah, it was about maybe like 300 quid all in.
You know what? We will end it on that. I want to have that. I
It
need
took,
that.
yeah, it was 100. It was 100 cubic feet of filler,
Ooh.
which is a lot. It was a lot.
Ooh.
But yeah,
Is
you
it?
know,
Is it Les Mills embroidered?
no, it's
Why is it? Okay, okay. Everyone, everyone,
if it was,
everyone
it
who's
would have been £800.
everyone who's watching this, I don't know if you know, but everything you wear, yeah, should be Les Mills. Like, you know when you do your hair in the morning, it should be Les Mills shampoo.
Do you remember when
You
the
know when
kids
you
at
put
school used to like shave like logos and that into their
yeah,
head? Just get
yeah,
that.
it should LM for
Yeah, shave a
LM.
little LM into it.
It's almost like getting a tattoo that says Les Mills on.
I
I'm
do
sure you know
actually
who I'm
know
talking
someone
about.
with a Les Mills tattoo. Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic.
But yeah, we've got the 7 foot beanbag there, and we've actually got projector as well, which projects onto that wall space behind me. So it's a fun little
What?
thing.
We can literally do a masterclass in your house.
Yeah.
I can't. There's too much. I can't. That was if you were ready for all the jokes I was ready to make.
Uh,
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 we can do a masterclass. We can do press ups all the way through the warm up. Like we don't need to rest. It's just 32 pulses of press ups in the warm up.
oh yeah, sound.
Yeah, don't need
Yeah,
to. And then do some leg lifts.
but you only have to. Your range for push-ups is chin to shoulder height.
Yeah, and then just go at
Keeping it
like
safe.
triple.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Keeping it safe.
Like go at triple time. And when somebody asks you why is your technique like that, just go what
Safety, mate.
safety mate.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Les Mills did a
like,
study on it.
do you not see my Les Mills t-shirt that has Les Mills in the
So
corner?
I'll get my magnifying glass out.
Yeah. Do you not see that? What? You should be able to see that. But yeah. But Danny, it's been a pleasure.
It's been great, mate.
March. March.
March, we'll make it happen. We'll find a
Good
way.
man.
We will definitely have to do it. Thank you very much for joining me, mate, and thank you to anyone who has stuck it out this long. Um, do give it a like, sub, all that sort of stuff. Comment. Let me know what you want us to talk about. Anything that we talked about that you found quite interesting. Anything you don't agree with as well. Always throw that in. Anything we got wrong. I always like to hear corrections if I do get something wrong. Not above being wrong, of course. Only a human. I think that's it. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it. It's been a pleasure.
Been a
I'll let you
pleasure.
know how the road show goes.
Yeah, yeah. Let me know. Let me know. I'll let you know how my Pokemon event went.
See you later.
It's been great, mate. See you soon. Bye bye.